So today I'm here to help you answer that one question that's probably been bugging you for a while. Should you get a 3D printer in 2020? Now, I wish I had a video like this back when I was buying mine about 2 to 3 years ago, because it's honestly quite an investment. 3D printers can go pretty cheap from about 190, which is the cheaper end of the spectrum, all the way up to thousands and thousands of euro. So before we begin this video, I'm going to flash a chart. You guys are absolutely incredible. The numbers are up. Now a total of 3.7% of people watching these videos are subscribed. If you like the video and you're part of that 96.3% of people watching the video that are not subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on my Twitter and on my Instagram because updates are there and you can tell me what you want to see in future videos. So I would love for you to join the community, and let's move on to the video. So 3D printers, right? They're still kind of magic. The fact that you can think of something in your head and then have it appear in front of you within a few hours. Or multiple hours in some cases. But let's be honest, there's still something magical about it. And I can still sit down and stare at my 3D printer for hours, looking at it, placing down layer by layer. I have done that. It's an extreme waste of time. Please don't do that. But yeah, they are absolutely incredible. So back when I was buying my 3D printer, it was either the 3D printer or a new phone. And my parents actually told me not to get the 3D printer. So I did not get the 3D printer the first year. But the second year, I had the same mentality. And this time I pulled the trigger and got myself an Ender 3, which is a cheaper 3D printer. It's cheaper because you have to build it yourself, and it's completely a DIY 3D printer. You can replace most of the parts and upgrade it to your liking, which is part of the reason I got it, because if you're 3D printing, you probably like DIY, and you probably like modding things. So I've modded my Ender 3 to the extreme. Well, maybe not to the extreme, but pretty extremely. You can see that video right up here, which is really nice because that means I can start off cheap, and when I'm ready to upgrade, I don't have to replace the entire thing, just multiple parts, which is great because it's a cost-saving measure. One of the things that you're probably thinking of when you want to buy a 3D printer is, am I actually going to use it? That is pretty much the most important question about anything you are going to buy. So in the past, I was told I would only use it for a while and then I wouldn't use it again. That was my parents' mentality. Of course, now I use it a lot, and I mean a lot. Right now, we're going to talk about a few of the extremely practical 3D prints I had done that I use on a daily basis to show you that yes, it is a great idea to buy yourself a 3D printer because you never know what you are going to need and you might want it at that exact moment. Not only that, but 3D printers are amazing because if you need something specific that you can't maybe buy in a shop or you need it right now, you can just open up Fusion 360 or any other modeling software, create it there, boom, a few hours, it's in your hands. It's absolutely magical. So, the first thing I use on a daily basis is these 3D printed stands. They have my logo on them because I designed them in Fusion 360. So these stand on my desk and I use these practically every day. They hold my Kindle, they hold the iPad, and when I'm sitting down at my desk, they hold my phone. Another super practical 3D print is actually this holder for my drawing tablet. That is also 3D printed and then 3M taped to the wall. Also designed by me in Fusion 360. Super simple project. I just stuck it onto the wall, slid the tablet in, and boom, I now have a tablet holder. Another super practical print that I never thought I would need, but then it comes in handy. Now, I have an over-accession of headphones. I think it's becoming a problem. So of course I need somewhere to hang all of those. So I have 3D printed multiple different headphone holders, which is absolutely great because when you're 3D printing, you're not filling in the entire thing, which means you're actually coming out cheaper when you 3D print. Of course, you do need to pay for the electricity bills, but my parents are doing that. So one of these headphone holders could actually be about a few cents worth of plastic, which means I still have the entire spool left to 3D print with, which is absolutely incredible because in a shop you'd normally pay a few euro for this, probably like 5 to 10 euro. And when you have a 3D printer, you can design these to your liking and 3D print as many of them as you like. I have too many. So as you can see, I'm probably doing B-roll right now, showing you all of these things as I'm speaking about them. I have 3D printed multiple of these small hangers to hang things on, and they're super handy because they only take about 15 minutes to print, and I can hang them up anywhere using 3M tape, and then I have a bunch of hangers, and it saves me from going to the shop and buying it back. Another super handy thing that I've 3D printed is cable holders. If you absolutely hate hate your cables going on everywhere, you can 3D print cable holders. Well, of course you can. If you can 3D print hangers, you can 3D print cable holders. And you know, you can make little holes in them to screw them in underneath your desk, or you can do what I did and absolutely love 3M tape. And honestly, 3M tape holds amazingly. If you're getting a 3D printer, get yourself a pack of 3M tape as well, because it is a lifesaver. The next one isn't really practical, but I personally think it's really cool. So I've 3D printed this little clock thing for my Alexa. We need to wait now because she turned on. So, this isn't practical, but I think it looks really cool as a centerpiece. As you can see, she fits perfectly well. This was made by somebody on Thingiverse, and this is another amazing thing. If you don't know how to 3D model, there's an amazingly incredible, extremely large catalog of files pre-created for you by incredible users on Thingiverse. You just search something up and chances are you'll find it there, like this clock for my Echo. Now, remember I said my parents told me it would be a waste of money and we'd never use it? Well, turns out they're using it now as well. So I've 3D printed multiple hooks for my mom so that she can hang stuff up in the bathroom. She was getting condensation building up in her bottom drawers in the fridge. So she asked me to 3D print these little spacers to put in the back of the fridge for her. These only took about 15 minutes to print, and they do exactly what she wants them to do, which is just incredible because she couldn't go to the shop and buy these. What's up? It's Editor Me from the future. So I forgot to mention a few pretty important things that I have 3D printed that I actually use on a daily basis. So you can see this microphone here. This microphone is on a 3D printed mount at this moment. So basically, this mic arm was actually for a different microphone. What I did is I went into Fusion 360 and designed a little end cap for this that the mic would screw onto. And as you can see, it works incredibly, incredibly well. Another pretty damn important thing that I don't know how I forgot is the way my Rode mic connects to my gimbal. That is actually also 3D printed. This mount clips around the gimbal and can actually be spun around to rotate the microphone. It's being held down by nylon screws, which are also pretty damn cool for 3D printing because they're less strong than metal screws, which means they can't crack your print, which is really, really good. Another thing that I use on the side is my Xbox One controller holder, which there's actually two of. There's one inside the shelf and there's one here, depending on where I'm gaming, because, you know, if I can print them, why not print them? Another thing that I forgot, and I don't know how I forgot it, is you can actually upgrade your 3D printer using the 3D printer. So what I have done is I have 3D printed an additional mount bracket for the touchscreen and the Raspberry Pi that somebody made on Thingiverse, and threw that onto the 3D printer, and boom, it's been upgraded. And then I inverted that and printed a second one and put the original screen in it. Pretty damn cool. Now, the one most single important thing that I don't know how I forgot, because none of this would actually be happening without it, is my CPU mount. Yes, I 3D printed my computer CPU mount using 3D prints. It's absolutely incredible. Like, this just proves how incredibly amazing it can be when you need something printed and you can just do it yourself. Because, I mean, come on. It's holding my computer together. I mean, how important is that? That's extremely important. So that shows you how incredibly useful 3D prints can be, from just household items that help the items in your fridge against condensation to actually holding your entire computer together. I mean, come on. So there's another proof that you can use 3D printers to make exactly what you need, which is incredible. Of course, you can 3D print more practical things like cable holders that you stick on the side of your desk so that your cable doesn't fall down. There's just so many incredible uses. And the best part is, when you have a 3D printer, you don't need to worry about not having it. You know, sometimes you have that thought in your head, oh, I wish I had a 3D printer because then I could print blank. Well, when you have a 3D printer, you have it, and you have it for life. So unless you decide to upgrade for whatever reason, you don't have to worry about having those thoughts in the back of your head and not being able to actually create what you wanted, which is absolutely amazing. So if you love DIY or you like modding things, and sometimes you have those thoughts in the back of your head, I would say definitely 100% get a 3D printer, because it's a one-time payment and at least you'll be able to make the things you need next time you need them, because you never know when a 3D printer would come in handy. And trust me, it does come in handy. And as I said, it usually comes out being much cheaper than actually buying things in the shop. So I hope this video helped you make your decision. If you have any questions, ask them down in the comments section below. I'll do my best to answer all of them. Again, if you like this video and you're part of that 96.3% of people that aren't subscribed to the channel yet, join our community. I'd love to have you here. It only takes you a few seconds and it helps this channel out a lot. Follow my social media. I would love to see you there and hear your opinions on what videos I should release next. If you want to be notified of future content, which I am now uploading daily until I exhaust myself, subscribe, ding my bell, and see you again in the next one. Peace.